The 2008 financial crisis was key in teaching us to deal with uncertainty. And I think we're in a decade of it. If we didn't have that, you know, maybe I'd hope we were doing the right thing. Now I know we're doing the right thing. Believe it or not, as a child, I really aspired to be a waitress. And it was really all about the lists. You know, serving the food, not as big a deal, but you had to complete that list. My parents even bought me these little pads that you could take notes on. And they got them at some garage sale for like a nickel or something. And so, you know, when I opened up the Christmas present, there was all these, you know, old note taker waitress pads, and that was the birth of it right there. I was like, oh, I could be a waitress, and I could just take their order and I can write down everything that you want, and I'll bring whatever you need, but just give me the list, and I will help you find whatever it is that you want. The waitress. That was the beginning of an amazing dream. So I never knew that I had a talent to do this whatsoever. Totally fell into the job. One of my first interviews was with a guy that he scared me to death when I walked in his office. I mean, he made me so nervous. I mean, my heart was going, and I just, you know, I was trying to be, you know, this little college girl and be all professional, but I was just falling apart underneath. And I was like, if I can get through that, I'm going to be a better person if I can do that. And he just happened to be a financial planner, not a broker, well ahead of his time. A month later, I had fallen in love with this new thing called financial planning. They don't teach you that stuff. You know, 20-something years ago when I was in college, they didn't have courses for any of that back then. But I absolutely knew I was in the right place at the right time, that I had been guided. And, you know, today I'm very much there for a reason. So we opened Investors Resource in my living room, and we had desks, and it was me and a secretary, and we just cleared out everything. We had all these people's paperwork all over the floor, and they would come to my home to sign up with me. And about 2 or 3 months later, I got into an office. I signed, you know, this 1-year lease, which was, oh my gosh, I'm on the hook for a 1-year lease, holy Toledo. It just took forever to hit a certain bar. And once we hit that, it was just like a snowball. I mean, we had some challenge. I mean, it was a decade of challenge. By far, one of the biggest challenges I have ever had to face was the financial crisis of 2008. What we learned is it's all about relationships. I mean, I can think of the greatest business idea, the greatest way to help someone, the greatest strategy in the world, and I can involve 8 million people in it, and boy, it'll save them a bunch of money, or boy, it'll do all these wonderful things. But you know what they care about? They care about you being the one trusted partner, that you were the guy to hold the hand. And through that financial crisis, we held a lot of hands. And it was scary for us. We had never seen anything like it. But we worked hard, we were diligent, and we held their hand. And we are better for that. We're stronger for that. The future of our business is helping people see open the next chapter, to really tap within themselves all of the resources to take care of their families, to improve lives, friends and family. I mean, that's been the secret to our growth. It's one of my favorite stories. A guy in one of my service clubs comes up and he said, "I want you to meet with me and my wife. I want you to be there because I'm not going to be one day." The relationship is that way today. He died of cancer 2 years later. She's with us. Her family's with us. Our generation is at stake. The torch is being passed. We have never in our history had the amount of wealth that is about to pass from one generation to the next. There's never been such a huge difference between the haves and have-nots. And it absolutely is, I believe, the calling of our generation to fix this. It wakes me up in the morning, drives how we do business. It's all about that commitment to the person. It's about commitment. It's not about the commodity of investing.